You're listening to the Arcane Focus Network. Hey Star Raiders, Tom here. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Michael AP, who left us a review on the US iTunes store. Thanks a lot, buddy. We really appreciate it. And just a reminder to everybody else, feel free to leave us a rating or review somewhere. As I always say, it helps us more than you know. Or at the very least, feel free to tell your friends about it. Can't have them missing out on all of this awesome Star Raiders action. Anyway, that's it from me. Enjoy this week's episode. Previously on Star Raiders. As you all slump onto the ground, multiple footsteps walking towards you.
Oh, fuck.
Somebody's coming. We have to get out of here. We have to hide.
You peek out. You see half a dozen Copaxi. One of them calls out, "Come out. There's no use hiding."
Just take a step out. What's up, fellas?
"It's not safe here. We have to get back to base. My name is Sergeant Mendath, and I'm in charge of this refugee camp."
We're just trying to get off planet.
"Captain, I think you might need some time to rest." You see Yosoki.
You're an ambassador.
I was here as part of the exhibit. They even had a full-size ship there.
I think I'm gonna ponder a little on what Berzin said to the sergeant. He said he saw like a vision, and I'm gonna think about that as I go to sleep.
You arrived in this refugee camp, sent to this nice little area with your new Yosoki friend. Obviously pretty knackered, went straight to sleep.
Yeah, Berzin was fucked.
One by one, everybody starts to fall asleep, and silence falls over this refugee camp. Only the sounds of the night kind of echoing through this place. We see Deacon staring straight up, looking at the roof. Slowly blinks once, twice, and then closes his eyes.
Yeah!
From the darkness, we hear the voices of children. "Listen to me and do what I say, or you get sucked into the drift one day. Even if it's jumping to an acid pit, you gotta do it 'cause you are it." "You're it, Nevin." "Nuh-uh, yeah-huh, you cheated." "Nuh-uh, yeah-huh."
I'll do it. I ain't afraid.
Ashford Deacon, 7 3/4 years old, crouches behind a gap in a cyclone wire fence, flanked by his 2 friends and partners in crime. Before them lays a beautiful stretch of real fake grass. Not like that rough plastic stuff you usually get on the spike. At the end of it, there's a jungle gym and even a swing. An honest-to-God swing, as he described it to Mira the day before. Even in the poorest areas of Absalom Station, though, there was still a class system. Baleford Park in the Spike was off-limits to his type. He could get into a lot of trouble, even just for being here. He takes a deep breath and remembers his father's words. "If you can take it for yourself, well, you earned it." He smiles broadly. Swings. Real swings. Not like the VR ones that the game send, but 100% real, low-G, wind whipping his antennae, actual slap.
Ouch!
He grabs his hand where Mira slapped it. "Ashford, you gonna do something already? Or just stand there?" Deacon furrows his brow and then looks determinedly at the park beyond the fence. He slowly squeezes through the hole and he takes his first step, and the grass crunches softly beneath his feet as a smile starts to tug at his lips. Oh yeah, this is it. He breaks into a run, or at least he was going to. Something tugs at his legs, pulling them back with such force that he falls flat on his face. And in the moment of impact, he hears something crunch. All he can think is,
My dads are gonna kill me.
How much time passed, he couldn't say, but it felt like an eternity. Like waking up from a dream where you lived an entire lifetime. and his head was just swimming, and this dull ache throbbed in his brain, but all he could focus on was the sharp pain in his hand. Mira hadn't hit him that hard, had she? What was that? Fighting the urge to fall asleep, he slowly opens his eyes and sees a giant mosquito on his hand, drinking its fill. No, not giant. His hand was just resting close to his face, but he'd never seen one so close before. Dad always said pests like this were rare, but they were dangerous on Absalom.
I should squish it,
he thought, but he can't move. And then, almost as if this thing can hear him, the insect stops, pulls its proboscis from his hand, and seems to stare at him. It's like he can almost see his reflection in its compound eyes, 1,000 tiny ashes all staring back at him. It was... No, it couldn't be. It was getting bigger. He closes his eyes tight, hoping that it's just a part of the dream. When he opens them again, and he gasps. And we can see that he's not on the ground anymore. He's not even in Baleford Park. All around him is darkness, destruction, horror, and a buzzing sound piercing his brain. And he feels something behind him, and he turns around. Right in front of him is the mosquito again.
Ugh.
But this time, it's actually giant. The buzzing turns into a deep, deep drone. And in its claws, it's holding something. Deacon squints. It's a person. It's sucking the blood out of them and crushing the body like an Acatonian juice pack. He wants to do something. He wants to help, but he's frozen. And the mosquito drops the body with a thud. And it turns its gaze towards Deacon. Quick as a flash, it strikes, propelling itself forward, but in the moment before it hits him, it bursts into 1,000 tiny mosquitoes that swarm all over him, landing in his eyes, the deafening buzz in his ears. He tries to scream, but they just fill up his mouth. Deacon opens his eyes again, and he's back in Baleford Park once more. He looks at his hand and sees a mosquito. It lingers for a moment, and then it flies away, and he thinks,
I should have squished it.
We now see Deacon in his early 30s, hair a little neater, wearing his brown coat and brimmed hat. He's in a corner of a dank barn, in the middle of nowhere. His bounty is Caius Verdun, longtime heavy for the Nostramus crime family, and one of the biggest pains in the ass Deacon has ever had the pleasure of hunting. Skipped his bail. He thought 5 drip jumps and a new identity on some new colony out in the vast called Vestamal would hide his trail. But he was wrong. A smile tugs at Deacon's lips as he thinks about what he's going to say to the son of a bitch when he catches him. He stares off into nothingness for a few moments before reaching into his pocket and retrieving a pill bottle. Dextromethorphan. One simple pill and all your troubles fade away. And the vision he'd had that day wasn't the only one he'd seen, and he knew they were more than hallucinations. They always had a kernel of truth to them, but nobody ever liked to hear that. He smirked to himself. Whatever gets the job done, right? This way kept the peace. Pops the top, goes to shake a pill loose, but only the desiccant tumbles out into his hand.
Shit.
How long had it been since his last one? Castrovel? No, he was supposed to re-up there. He starts breathing a bit heavier and thinking hard. He'd been on this job for a few months. Had it been that long? No, couldn't have been, could it? The shadow moves to his left, and his head snaps around, but then it starts swimming as if on a high-G carnival ride. He starts to stumble, lose his balance, but then everything goes black. Flash! A dossier in hand, Anya Teol, Brandon Nix. Not a lot to go on except the ship. The pig? Flash, a familiar buzzing sound in the distance. Flash, a crab-like alien slashing at his coat. Flash, darkness, growing louder. Flash, his ship behind him, standing on some new planet. What the hell did this kid get into? Flash, buzzing everywhere, flittering insect wings, giant wings. Flash, Deacon, map in his hands. A city he'd never been in before. An explosion in the distance. It's gotta be from the museum. Flash! Carnage everywhere. Dead aliens. A Vesk? I can't be sure. The kid's pendant among the bodies. Fuck. Flash! Oh, not again. The bug. No. Deacon is a child again. Wait, no. Was that the bug? Just much bigger? Did it grow? Flash, holding the pendant in his hands. The kid's long gone. What was he still doing here? I'll leave this hellhole. Just tilting at windmills again. Footsteps in the blood on the ground. This was a mistake. Flash, Deacon in the barn on Vestamal. Caius pointing a gun at him. A woman hiding. Communicating telepathically. Trust me. Trust her? Deacon reaches for his gun. Boom! A gunshot. Deacon falls down. Dead. Flash! The giant bug again. Staring at him. Approaching him. The buzzing. It's deafening. It's everywhere. All at once. Slap! His hand. It hurts again. Mira's voice in the distance. Ashford, you gonna do something already? Or just stand there? And Deacon blinks and gasps for air. He's back in his body, and the avalanche of visions has passed. Too many to pass through, the moments falling through the cracks in his mind. He's back in the barn, and Caius Verdum was standing there, gun in hand. Fuck. How did he get the drop? No, this was familiar. The deja vu nearly overwhelmed him. No time for that. Caius is still standing there with a stupid grin on his face. That was funny. He was so focused on Deacon that he couldn't see the woman behind him.
Lady, don't.
He telepathically messages her. Trust me, she replies. Of all the infinite moments to come, all the paths to follow, something in Deacon knew what to do. He turns to Caius and he says,
Looks like you got me dead to rights.
Don't even think of reaching for your gun.
Wouldn't dream of it.
The woman with an honest-to-God frying pan slams Caius in the head, knocking him out cold.
Well, that's one way to do it. Thank you, ma'am. I owe you my life.
It was nothing.
No, it was something, all right. You are,
My name's Cerise. Cerise Tail. Tail. That name, it was familiar, wasn't it?
Well, Miss Tail, call me Ash. And no matter what you say, I owe you my life. Things could have gone real sideways without your help.
Just glad I could help, Ash. You gonna be alright with all this? She gestures towards the unconscious body in front of her. Because I'm due at the Nix farm down the road. Nix. That name, that stuck in his head like a splinter too. But no, he shakes it off.
I owe you a favor then. Let's call it a debt to be paid. Here's my card, in case you need me.
And we're back in the refugee camp now. We see Deacon's eyes open once more. It's morning now, and he can hear the soft, distant sounds of this Copaxi refugee camp starting to wake up. He glances over and can see that all of his new companions are still asleep nearby. Is it tied together? It couldn't have just been a coincidence. Burzin mentioned the bug. Well, not just any bug, the giant mosquito. What were these visions? Where did they come from? Lying there, he thinks about the path that his life takes to get to this point. Maybe finding the girl and her husband would mean something. Was he meant to save them? By the time he arrived, it was too late for that. What's the point of seeing moments if he was already powerless to stop it? Maybe he was wrong, though. Maybe some things can't be stopped, no matter how hard you try. Maybe he's missing the real point of it all. That this whole thing was bigger than finding a couple of wayward kids. Somewhere deep down, he had a feeling this led to this Edge Corp crew, but only time would tell. In the low morning light, he hears a small buzz. He glances down, and he sees a mosquito land on his hand. And he hears Mira's voice echo in his mind. Are you gonna do something already? Or just stand there? Slap! He squashes the bug.
One down.
Yes! I like that a lot. Yes!
So the precog abilities are suppressed by antipsychotic medication?
I mean, we kind of made that a little bit. I mean, it's up to There are a lot of different classes or subclasses of precog, so I chose one that would kind of connect with this world, and that was the doomed future one. So this is how we kind of resolved it. I kind of like the idea where he suppressed it for a long time, and then suddenly
and now it's
crashes
like
in on him.
really coming. Like he spent his life being a bounty hunter, and now he's like getting these visions again.
And I kind of like the idea
cool,
where
man.
if he hadn't suppressed it, he would have been more aware of this stuff, and maybe he could have done more. But like, it's just you get those visions once, and you know.
Is Caius Verdun someone that we met on fucking Vestamel, or
this was like 10 years before?
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
Or like 18
That's,
years
okay.
even.
So it's just like connected. There's a weird connection there.
Is there a connection between the woman who knocked the frying pan out and is she the mum of of Anya Hill? Yeah, right. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, Anya's last name is Tail, and she's Anya's mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is
Didn't know
cool.
There you go.
Didn't know Anya Hill's last name.
There you go.
Why would you need to?
I know, right? Very cool. Very cool, guys.
Before everybody wakes up in the beautiful morning light, artificial light in this refugee camp, I think we've got a little bit of business to talk first. Everybody,
No, a bit of biznack.
bit of bizzo. At the end of last episode, everybody leveled up
No,
to a
baby.
milestone level 5.
Oh,
This is big business.
Oh, baby.
Level 5 is no joke.
Oh, man, it's
Big business.
it's sexy. It's a sexy time.
Great.
I'm bringing it back.
All right. Well, there we go. We're going to go around and you can just tell us a little bit about your level up, any cool new abilities that you have, anything else rad that you think we should know. And yeah, how about we start with your captain and mine, Burzin.
Hey! So I discovered a little something known as an archetype in Starfinder.
Oh.
Thank you to the Reddit user that dropped that little hint. So I hadn't chosen one. I didn't look at them. So I've chosen Battle Leader, which with Burzin's history and this kind of situation he's in now just makes a whole ton of sense. And I took the motivation expert, which essentially, if I have resolve, when I restore stamina or HP to one of my allies, I can roll an extra d6 on top of that. Prepare to get 12 stamina points plus an extra d6 if you take some significant
Wonderful.
damage from a significant enemy.
From a significant enemy.
Yeah,
Tasty.
which I
Sure
think
I will.
we've established between you and I, Tom, as a CR2 creature or above.
Yeah, so it's a significant enemy is like the player's level -3, I think, and then that's the minimum CR it has to be.
Okay.
So would any of the zombies we fought be in that category?
Fancy boy.
Fancy boy.
from the car park. He definitely was. Big
Mosquito.
boy that you just fought,
Yeah.
the mosquito. Yep, they were all
Yep.
they would have all counted as
So
significant
if
enemies.
my bad guys potentially could have saved some people, but what are you gonna do? I retrained a couple of things, and I have a victory cry now, which if someone were to crit or drop a significant enemy to 0 hit points, I can yell out to everyone, and when you take a guarded step, which is usually 5 feet, you can take a 10-foot guarded step instead.
Ooh.
So, look out, world. Burzin's on the case.
Well, I leveled up. I went up to level 5. Took another level in biohacker because I'm on that train. I did briefly flirt with the idea of multi-classing with something, but I thought no.
Ooh.
Start with biohacker, and when you level up to biohacker level 5, you get something called suppress poison, which allows you to ignore the furthest step on the progression track of a poison affecting a target. So that's cool. My custom micro lab, which is built into my kind of brain and hand, has a med kit in it, and the med kit goes from a basic med kit to an advanced med kit, which does a bunch of stuff, but the coolest thing it lets me do is basically set up a temporary one-patient medical lab. So, those situations where...
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, those situations like where we were trying to get Burzin, a place to rest for a couple of days. We did the car seat, like... I would have set him up with in a medical lab, and this would let me provide long-term care or stability and various other things to him that you can do with a medical lab. I took a feat called Technomantic Dabbler, which basically allows me to dabble in technomancy.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so what I'm imagining is in the intervening days since Tiny has gone, I've been reviewing his playlist of Technomancing the Stone on his on his personal computer that was left. And through that process, I learned Ghost Sound, Misfire, and Overheat. So I got 2 cantrips and a first level spell, which
Cool.
seems totally OP for a feat, but whatever. So I took it.
Well, it's probably like, a once per day for that spell, though?
The cantrips are whenever. They're at will. And then, it's a once per day for Overheat.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Very thematic. I like it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we may not have clearly mentioned it before, but Ben is playing one of the new classes from the Galactic Magic book that was released a couple of months ago.
Yes.
A precog.
Yes.
Ben, well, we don't even know what a precog level 1 to 4 is all about, but what's a precog level 5 all about?
Okay, so a precog level 1 to 5, they cast spells using their dexterity, but they use their intelligence to know a certain number of spells. Once per day, in the morning, they roll a list of paradox numbers that they can use during the game. Very similar to Divination Wizard and D&D, and now at level 5, before I could use it to kind of augment skill checks and initiative, but now I can use it to augment my attack rolls, which is very useful. I get a bunch of spells, and I have temporal anomalies, which I've used already one, tactical timing, where I can give my friends in kind of a +2 to their AC, but now I have a safeguarding one, which I can, as a reaction, take away damage using one of my paradoxes when someone gets hit, which is quite useful.
Yeah, that'll help.
Nice.
And I have a feat, which I chose combat casting to make it a little bit better when I cast spells up close.
Nice.
And Tom, you've been pretty light on us, and I don't want to make it harder, but I'm pretty certain. But is there a thing where... Because I want to know also for other magic users when we're attacking them, if they cast a spell and as a reaction it creates opportunity attack, does that mean they can lose the spell depending on damage?
Funnily enough, I would never have known this unless you talked about combat casting. I was like, how does that work?
Yeah.
And so I looked it up and I was like, we've been doing this wrong.
Yeah, every time someone hit Tiny in the face, they would have had a chance to stop the spell from happening.
Oh, yes, because you lose the spell, yeah?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Have been doing it wrong. Yeah.
Hey, I've got a confession to make as well, so...
Yep. Well, come on. We're all airing everything here.
Airing our grievances.
Festivus.
It's Festivus for the rest of us. So, the Advanced Plasma Bolter is an unwieldy weapon.
Oh.
And I am guilty of firing that thing 2 times in a round.
Mm-hmm.
That is not allowed, and I apologize to all the purists out there.
What I will say, though, is you rarely hit twice in a round. So, I mean...
There is that.
No harm, no foul, right? Well, a couple of things we are going to do differently.
Wait, did Mari do hers? Did I miss that?
No, I haven't done mine yet.
I was about to segue.
Sorry, yeah.
Apologies.
This time,
Seg away.
Mari's not going to do hers.
I'm just not.
Mari.
Yes.
The mechanic with the most... Mari.
Okay, so up until now, Astra has been purely mechanic. So I've had 4 levels in mechanic. But since we landed, or crash landed really, I've had a few piloting related issues. Well, they're more perception issues that resulted in piloting related issues, mostly of cars.
It's the only way I could hurt you.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well, along the way, there's been a lot of sort of deity intervention in my story arc. So instead of taking another level in mechanic, I've actually chosen to take 1 level in mystic.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Yeah.
Here
So
we go.
So Desna is now playing a much, much more significant part of my life. And I have become the archetype. Archetype is a divine champion. And the mystic connection is a crusader. So I'm really like hammering down on this, like fighting for the right story. So fixing what Desna's done with Glornda and righting her mosquito wrongs. So the things that I've done sort of to tie back to our beautiful friends that we've lost recently. I've taken Mind Thrust as one of my spells as an ode to Brandon.
Nice.
I've also taken a Mystic Cure, so I can sort of help with the healing of people as well. I haven't taken any points in piloting, you'll be happy to hear.
Very happy.
Why would you there? You got like a plus 20 anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty high. So I went pretty hard on the Mystic points instead. I left the perception with Mystic. I could have added to my perception levels, but I figured seeing as I've lost an eye, I would actually keep it level. So I've taken the -2 that I took from removing my eyeball, and I'm going to keep that consistent. And then instead of upping that, what I've done is I've increased like my survival and my sense motive stuff. So that should be a bit more fun. And I get a divine weapon. So Desna's all about star knives. And so
Is
so
she?
I become proficient with star knives. So that should be
Is that the
interesting.
Solarian thing? No.
It's like a ninja throwing star type thing.
Yeah. Copy that.
That's kind of the direction I've taken. So it's very religious and butterfly-y.
What I'm hearing is that we've experienced a couple of character deaths, so everyone's all like, "Hey, let's invest in some healing, options, guys."
That is... You took the words right out of my mouth. I was like, okay, I'm seeing a theme here. So Burzin gives like stamina back.
Yep.
Deacon gives resolve. And now Astra gives HP. Sawbones can set up a fucking MASH hospital. It's like, okay, well, you know.
It
we're
really
done
affected
here.
us strongly.
It kind of fits though, right? Like in the early days, we were Amazon delivery people,
exactly.
right? Like we don't need
Yeah.
no healing shit,
Yeah.
but you know, spend a few months or days or weeks, or
Yeah.
how long it's
With
been on a zombie
zombies.
planet.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? I feel like it's been maybe a week and a half, maybe, that we've been on this
been-
planet.
Yeah,
It's been,
Not long
Yeah,
at all.
it's like-
it's a hard week though.
And we're just like, fuck this. No more dying for us.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm really loving everybody's choice. Like, it's all very thematic. It all makes a lot of sense. Very, very cool stuff, guys. Well, we come back to our scene here as Deacon maybe lies awake for a little while, pondering everything. And as the camp starts to wake up, you all do too. Fully rested, leveled up, don't get all your HP back, because rules are rules.
Oh man, I'm so low. I'm still so low.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm counting on it. And as you all start to wake up, you hear some clinking and of tinware and plastic and glass, that sort of thing. And as you look over, you can see Dalgo is carrying a tray that's got like a mismatched assortment of tins and vessels, and he kicks over a stool and puts it on top. Hey, rise and shine, everybody! I got us some grub. We can't eat all the stuff that they eat, but they kind of mix up this protein paste stuff. Not gonna lie to you, it's fucking terrible, but you know, gives you what you need. So hey, dig in, huh? And he picks up like a random tin, and then he just starts kind of like shoveling it into his mouth. It's like this white grey sludge. Oh yeah, just like Grandma used to make, huh?
yeah.
Totally worth waking up for.
Yeah, looks like you could use a bit of energy though.
Definitely with some hit points. You know, do they have that in here?
Hit points?
I don't, that doesn't sound like anything at all.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
I don't know if you're playing like starships and sorcerers or something over here, but that's not a thing in real life. Burzin's still asleep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you just got offered some
Dalgo
sludge.
kind of like gestures over. Hey, you want to wake up your boy there? He's
Oh yeah, I had a pretty rough night, actually. Well, a rough day, really. We've fought some pretty ugly things out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let him sleep for a little longer. It's not worth waking up for this.
Okay.
I mean,
fair
thanks, though.
Hey, I'm doing what I can. Not much. Honestly, it's just nice to talk to people in common. It's it's been a little while. It hasn't even been that long, but it just feels like it's been a long time.
Yeah, I can bet. Our week has been pretty fucking hectic.
I can't imagine making your way here. It's not a small city.
It is not. There's some really awful people out there too with that raiding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I don't even want to think about that. Hell, I wouldn't have lasted an hour out there.
I don't know. You're pretty wily. I reckon you would have been okay.
You're all right.
Glad you made it with your coffee though.
Yeah. I'd love to give you some more, but well, what are you gonna do? I got this instead.
Oh, not quite the same.
He just starts chugging it. He wipes his mouth. You should really try it, It's not that bad. Just, once you get used to it.
Well,
All right.
let's enjoy this slop and make our next moves.
Yeah. What are the next moves for the crew? Surely not to sit here and roleplay.
In this
With the lonely
TTRPG? Yeah, no, we're not going to roleplay at all.
It's been a while. I'm
What do you
like,
mean?
come on, guys.
RP, a chance to RP in a refugee camp with a lonely Yosoki?
Oh my
Come
God.
on.
You guys are just going to meet NPCs if you try to talk to random people. They're like, I fled my home. Things are terrible out there. Huh? Who said
Is there more to the text tree, or
X,
Yeah.
X.
I have nothing to
X.
say. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
I reach over and kind of poke the captain in the neck with the tip of my needler pistol and say, "Hey, Captain, wake up! Wake up! We've got to. I think we need to work out a game plan, Captain. Get up!" And I sort of shove some of this slop in his hand. Get up! Get some of this into you.
What do we got
And
here?
and let's work out a game plan.
Oh, protein paste. Yeah, great. Everything the body needs, right? Okay.
You look like a man who's drank a lot of that shite in the army.
Yeah, it's an army staple. Okay, what are we doing?
So listen, I've been thinking overnight, while I was having some trouble sleeping, and, we've got a couple of options.
Sure.
Obviously, our friend Dagobah?
Dalgo.
What's his name?
Dalgo.
Dagobah.
Come on. Dagobah, yeah. All right.
We've got a couple of options there. Old mate said that there's another ship at the Expo Center, I think it was. But that seems like, a bit of a long shot. Personally, I think we should continue on to the mall. Plus, there could be a lot of other, cool stuff there. Some armor for the captain, finally.
No doubt.
Who knows?
No doubt. There's one thing I need. It's some better armor.
So, what do you say? Should we all just continue to the mall?
Well, the chances of that ship being gone, I feel like are slimmer than a convention center.
Oh.
That one's gone.
Listen, friends or companions. I got
Friends. No, friends.
sure.
We could-
yeah,
we
we
could be
fought.
friends. Aye.
We defended each other. We brought
Right?
people back to
Yeah.
life.
We killed one
shared
creature
souls
together.
for a bit there. I think. I feel
I
like
feel,
aye,
I
that's
feel some
true.
kind
That
of
one.
weird soul bonding.
I
to
gave you a piece of my soul, straight up.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Soul bonded.
I woke
Hey,
up with that.
I'm just going to go get some more of this stuff. I'll let you guys talk about your souls.
Oh, you're
Okay.
welcome to stay.
No,
No,
you go.
no, I'll let you go. Okay,
Dalgo,
bye.
Dalgo,
So
you
that's
got
all we have to
stuff
say
do.
to get NPCs to clear the room. We just talk about our soul bonding experience. Classic.
Hey, I don't know what
uncomfortable.
kind of shit you guys are into, but, it's not for me.
Look, I just could you tell me what happened in the last fight, or the fight you talked about with the mosquito?
Oh, God. You really want to... The mosquito. Oh, it's still so creepy. Where to begin?
Hold
Well,
on.
we went to the museum.
Hold on, Astrid. Just Deacon, does the name Xander Calderon mean anything to you?
I mean, I've done my... Well, out of character, Tom, I have... Brandon was my mark, and I go through all their dossiers when I was doing it.
You know that they were working
yeah.
for him. And you know who he is.
I've done my research on your crew, and I'm well aware of your, let's say, extracurricular activities.
Right?
So I know you're working for the man.
Sure.
Why?
It's turns out to be a complicated story. I mean, at one point we thought we were shipping mummies.
Classic mummy scheme.
And turns out we weren't far off.
Really?
Your man, my man, Brandon, he had some kind of psychic connection, vision, I don't know. He shared it with all of us, where we saw this guy covered in mosquitoes. And he makes a face. It's just disgusted. And some kind of ritual where he was imbuing these fossilized cocoons. I don't know. I mean, I fought against magic things, people who use it for evil, I guess, but this seemed dark, like apocalyptic. I mean, essentially, my understanding is because of him and what he did with these cocoons, this is why we're in this situation. Raising the dead, something to do with some kind of... Did he say the name, or we just deduced that it was Glonda?
It was something that, Mari kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from what Astrid and her connection with her god, something to do with some entity of evil named Glonder. I don't know. I just... Xander Calderon is responsible for the situation that we find ourselves in right now, Deacon.
I think Deacon maybe puts his listening face on. Just like, covering up any emotion. And I think when you get to, you're talking about like vision, Glonda, I feel like there's some research I'm sure that Deacon did into mosquitoes and visions and shit, knowing his past.
Yeah.
And I think there's a moment of like, I don't know, I think like a smile maybe creeps on his face as he's just like, so you're saying this Calderon guy, he's responsible for all these, apocalyptic mosquito stuff?
Oh, hell yeah.
And while Burzen's been explaining the situation, Sawbones has been rummaging around in his backpack, and he pulls out some shards of the cocoon that the mosquito came out of and starts laying them down, and then reaches back in and pulls out some parts of the mosquito. Like I took the proboscis and part of a leg or something, I think, and I'm laying them out. I wrote it down.
Hey, that's good too.
As a way to record memories.
I sort of just lay them out, and I say, Deacon, I'm a bit of an amateur scientist myself, and so I took these examples or these what was left of the mosquito and the kind of cocoon that it came out of. Look at the size of this proboscis. Like it was truly enormous. You seemed interested in the mosquito, so I thought you might want to take a look.
I mean, it's so bizarre. I don't understand how, Xander Calderon and a giant evil mosquito, how it's raising creatures, raising the dead.
Well, that's what Glonda's all about.
Look, man, I don't know anything about Calderon. I don't know anything about your fight, but I do know a thing or two about visions, giant mosquitoes, and wanting to kill a shitload of mosquitoes. And then I don't want to rehash it because we did at the top, but I just want to kind of cover with you just where my magic comes from. I just want to... I'll open up a bit because this is just too weird, right? At the end, I just want to be like, look, so I had these visions when I was a little kid, and ahead of the job on Vestimal I had a bunch, and I've had some since, and I've learned how to use them to my advantage when I'm casting spells, and really I'm just kind of looking into parts of the future and using it to help out. But it seems to line up, and I'm not one of, faith to Desna or anything, but there's got to be a point to all this, right?
Oh, for sure.
Me joining up with you, coming here.
Yeah, there's some kind of connection going on here.
Can I just clarify something?
Yeah.
The mosquito visions and stuff that you've been having, Ben, have they legitimately been with you since childhood?
Yeah.
Like from when you were young? So so this is like your destiny sort of thing.
Or at the very least,
it's the hand of fate.
He saw a vision of a possible future, which he now understands the things he sees are possible futures. They're not definite, they're not 100%, and sometimes he has the ability to work against it and stop things. And
right.
But
this is something that he saw, the first thing he saw.
But it's like this, knowledge of like this doomed future that you're constantly trying to avoid.
Yeah.
The burden.
Yeah.
And I, like John Connor style, or Sarah Connor style,
dude,
you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. I think he just turns.
Board. I'm so fucking on board.
I think he just turns to you and he's just like, I'm being honest. You are the first group of people I've told, aside from my father's, aside from my therapist when I was a kid, about this vision. I kept this one as close to the vest as I could, because I learned to. But it seems like this one's coming to a head, and I am down if you'll have me join your group to kill some of these bugs.
Bosun squints at Deacon for a minute, and then he kind of smiles. He's like, fathers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know about fathers.
Gotta keep it together. Man, I wanted to play your stepdad so bad.
That would have been so funny.
Never in a million years.
Okay, well, brass tacks. We gotta get off this planet. We gotta tell people what y'all saw. We gotta save these people. We gotta wreck some hell.
Right?
I don't know if the telling the people is what this is all about. I think what's happening is Desna's bringing us all together and putting us in a position that we can stand up and fight against the mosquito and the Calderans. I don't think we need to broadcast first. I think our aim is to take him out, to get to Akaton and fuck shit up. I don't think we should broadcast before we get there.
Oh, that's fair, yeah. But I do think these people need help. People need to know what's going on here.
Definitely.
They don't have to know who did it. If we want to lay low, we can lay low.
I think we're being put together so that we can take out Calderan. We'll find our ship. We'll get to him.
Fair.
We need to figure out how we're going to get to the mall, right? That's the main job here.
That's the quest.
Now, Tom, one thing I don't remember is I did a perception check and I saw on the map the guy was using kind of where the hot zones and stuff are. Did I learn enough then? I can't read what you're writing. What you've got there.
Mari, your notes look like the ravings of a madman.
Yeah, they do.
They're
all
the circles.
scrawled at
Beautiful
different
mind.
angles, and there's drawings going connecting ideas.
All I saw was swirls. Swirls on the
I saw
page.
red rum. No beer and no TV. Make Homer something.
Don't mind if I do. No, it's the concentric circles of the red and the orange and the yellow that we shouldn't go to. So don't go to the spaceport. And central is orange. And yeah, so that's what I was trying to show you.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, cool. So what I was going to ask is can I use that knowledge to try to plot a safe course to the mall, or does the subway lead to the mall? Like, do I know the best way to get to the mall?
You know that there's a direct subway
there's a train line there.
Yeah.
As far as you know, it's clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't ask after that information. You might be able to glean more information if you speak to these military guys again. If they would speak to you a second time, you don't know. But that is information you could get. But they also said you're free to stay, you're free to go. You know, they don't...
Yeah.
Like, because you're like Pact World citizens, you're kind of like...
I'm kind of inclined not to be broadcasting to the military people here that we think there's a ship at the mall. Like, I sort of feel like we should go there and...
100% yes. We tell the military guys that there's potentially a ship at the expo center.
Yeah.
So they can get themselves off if there's a ship there. So then we can go to the mall and get fucking equipped and then get the fuck off planet.
Look, I think that's a good plan, but I always learned when I was a kid that you shouldn't give away something for free when you could get something for it. So maybe we can trade that information for something else. Maybe bullets, because I spent a lot in that fight. The player turns to Tom saying he's keeping track and it's going low. Possibly also, I don't know, military. How do they get around? How can we get around efficiently?
Ooh. Tactical hang gliders.
I
Can it be
really,
tactical
I,
hang
I
gliders?
envisioned that for a while. I was like, is it possible to go really high and then exactly. I got a grappler, so they'll like pull people up at a high distance, like extremely strong cable for us as well. I have tools to help us like break into places. I wonder if there's a way. I know we want to stick down, but the one thing they can't do is climb. So maybe we want to go rooftops, I've
wanted to go rooftops for about 17 episodes.
It's true.
Tiny wanted to go rooftops as well. No, actually he wanted to skate his way through the city like a madman.
But like Burzin just gets flashes of the body bags that were dumped in the subway, and then like the flashes of like zombified Copaxi faces like gnashing their teeth in the like the light from the gunfire in the maintenance tunnels. He's like, I think we got to get back on the street. I don't think the subways are a good idea at this point.
I think it's worth talking to the military.
Oh no, for sure.
Well, they've been getting around somehow.
It depends how far they go. Are they making, are they ranging out to different areas, or it depends on what they know, what they've seen. But yes, Astra, yes.
Restocking is important too. It's just what I'm saying as well. We really got to restock our supplies.
Well, that's what the Millennium Luxury Mall is all about.
You got to be able to get there.
All of my shit is based on batteries. So like, how long does it take to charge a battery?
Yeah, if you were to stay here for another night, you could charge up your batteries. Yeah. Let's not nickel and dime this.
Yeah. So we talked to the leaders. I can't remember what the sergeant's name is or the captain. Mendath.
Sergeant Mendath.
We talked to Sergeant Mendath. We're going to get some intel on like street level, what they know about the area outside of like the red, orange, green situation. And we're going to recharge some stuff and ask if we can resupply.
You'll head out, make your way back, and there's a guard at the front, and they stop you. Can I help you?
Sure. We're here to see Sergeant Mendath.
Is he expecting you?
No, but we have some potential intelligence that could help your people.
Such as?
Can I roll a diplomacy check on that?
Yes.
Can I aid?
Yes.
21 to aid.
Oh, no.
I have a plus 10.
25, so with an extra 2 on there, 27.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, just wait here a moment.
Sure. Take your time.
Disappears inside. A few minutes later. Let the gents decide.
Of course.
Natty 20.
Oh, what does that mean? Is that good
means
for
he really
us?
wants to talk to us.
He's like so
You
keen to talk to us.
Guns cock behind you.
Oh,
As you
no.
surround it.
Knew it.
It's an 80-20 for me, not for you guys.
Oh, no.
Oh.
The door opens it up again. Okay, he says, you can head on through.
Great, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
You head out. See ya. Go into the next room. So you head back into this office, and you see there Sergeant Mendath sitting in a chair and is doing some work on like a personal computer, and he doesn't even look back at you guys. You got something for me?
Sergeant Mendath, sir, I think we may have a way for you and many of your people here to get off planet.
Stops typing, swivels around in the chair. The face that don't have eyes is just looking in your direction. I'm listening.
I need assurances from yourself that we can exchange information and me and my team can resupply while we're here, because we have our own agenda.
Well, Captain, you spent the night out there. You know what we're facing here. You know what task I have ahead of me. It's going to take a lot for me to part with crucial supplies.
Okay, I understand. It would appear that in the convention center there may be a ship capable of carrying up to 80, 90 people off planet. Now, that may not be all of your people here, but that is going to be a large number. I mean, you could... I don't know how you guys work, but you could squeeze more in. I don't know. But the convention center is your best bet.
Now, why would there be a perfectly good ship sitting in the convention center, Captain?
Well, from my sources, it would seem that during the confusion, this may have been one of the areas that was the first to be hit. That leaves a prime opportunity for yourself. I'm not saying it's there. I'm saying it could be there, and it is worth your investigation.
Make a diplomacy check. You can aid, Ben.
20.
Okay. Success. 19.
Can I aid?
Go on.
I think it was a 5. I'm going to say no. Dropped on the floor.
You only need to get above a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So 22.
His bedside manner needs work.
Yeah.
Say I'm interested. I brisk my guys and we head out there. There's nothing there. But I've given you a bunch of supplies. Where does that leave me? Where does that leave them? He kind of gestures broadly.
Well, that depends on the success of our other engagement.
Which is?
I'm not at liberty to say, sir. I apologize.
Just kind of nods knowingly at you. Very well. How did you find out?
Well, and I want this in no way to reflect poorly on our new friend. Our Yosoki compatriot, Dalgo, forgot about the ship until just recently during a conversation. I don't believe he was withholding information. I genuinely believe he was trying to survive, sir.
You know, it's funny. I've lost, I don't even know how many men, looking for ships, looking for a way out of here. You know, they gathered them all up for the evac. Every registered ship. They even scoured all the scrap yards. Anything that was almost working, they set people to it, and they got it working.
And let me guess, it was the upper tier that managed to get out first. Am I right?
Well, Captain, we have our society. You have yours.
Sure.
I'm a military man. I'm sure you can understand that.
No.
I've always done what I'm told.
Go down with the ship. I get it.
I will, but I don't want these people to have to. And you may have given them a way out, so thank you.
By all means.
Like I said, you can stay as long as you need to. And when you're ready, about 3 containers from here, you can go and see the Master at Arms. He'll be happy to part with a few supplies for you, send you on your way.
I appreciate your hospitality and your understanding.
I wish you all good luck.
Thank you, sir. We'll take the day, we'll rest and recharge, and we'll be on our way come morning. Thank you again.
Farewell.
He nods and turns and leaves.
These army guys really like you, Captain.
Yeah, it's all about respect. Chain of command. This was my life for, I don't know how long, 10 years, 12 years.
I actually think it's just that you call them sir all the time. I should try that. I reckon that's the trick.
Oh, no, they love it. Oh, come on. You tell someone in a position of authority, sir, and they're all about it.
As we walk past the guard on the exit, I sort of give him a little salute on the way past and say, "Thank you, sir." Kind of give him a knowing nod.
What? I ain't your papa.
Sort of look at the captain. What did I do wrong?
Maybe he's a corporal or, some lower tier. Know your mark.
You just
So
did
much to learn.
All right. You all head back, get some R&R. Maybe the next day, head over to the Master at Arms.
Yeah, I'm literally clicking Night's Rest again.
Yep, you can take another night's rest.
Look at you jumping
Any
the
batteries that you have can be recharged within reason. If you've got like 20 batteries, then no, you can't recharge all of them. If you have a reasonable amount of batteries, you can recharge them.
Having us sleep twice means I get different paradoxes. So I'm very happy.
Ooh.
From before.
Nice. And sleep one more time.
Yeah, I was expecting that. I told you that. Son of a bitch.
All right, you guys head over to the Master at Arms. And yeah, it's they've kind of got these like large shipping crates set up as these makeshift storage facilities and things like that. And as you arrive, the guards kind of just wave you on through. And you go inside and there's a counter set up. A couple of guys working like with shelves in the back, and there's just rows upon rows of all sorts of things. There's a Copaxi sitting, inputting some data at the desk.
I sort of nudge the captain and say, "Hey, you gotta see if they got any armor, Captain."
I mean, I'll ask, but I'm not expecting too much from a refugee camp. Know what I mean?
Well, I mean, their armor looks pretty good.
I don't know what kind of natural armor a Copaxi has, so they might just have some light stuff. Let me talk to the guy, okay?
Okay.
Hello, friend. How are you?
Oh.
Hello. We've been sent by the sergeant to resupply.
Right. Yeah, the Offworlders. What are you after?
Well, I mean, if you happen to have some kind of bionic eye for my friend here, pointing at Astra, grenades, ammunition.
They don't have eyes, yeah?
Well,
yeah, this is just this blank carapace staring at you.
They may have collected something, Astra. Who knows?
We're fresh out of those.
Okay, well, there's no need to be sarcastic about it, friend.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. Were you after foodstuffs, supplies, or weapons and ammunition?
All of the above.
Okay. So we can modify some of our rations. We can give you 4 days worth.
Great.
Best we can do.
No, whatever you can spare in that case. I mean, if you can give me a few packs of that protein sludge, developed quite a taste for it.
Oh, Captain.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sure we could bag some up for you. We could do that.
Like gel pack sort of things, you know what I mean? You just squeeze it straight into your mouth.
Sure. Yeah, something like that.
Great. Can you part with any armor?
Look, I'm sorry. We can't part with anything that we've got. We need it here.
Oh no, hey, I get it. What about some batteries? I mean, the weapon I've got here, and he like hefts the advanced plasma bolter in front of him.
Tong.
Runs on high capacity batteries. You got any of those to spare? I know my friend would like some kinetic ammunition. And
lay him out. Let me see what you got.
Yeah, puts his tactical semi-auto pistol, his advanced bolter rifle on the table. Come on, guys, get him out.
Righto.
It's like one of those movies where like you're just like taking out weapons from all over the place.
Puts his knife down, takes it off the little holster on his chest.
And Yaz sees everybody's weaponry there. What we can do is everybody can have a battery. Burzen, you can get a high capacity battery.
Nice.
And Deacon, you can get 20 rounds. Small arm rounds.
Nice. I'll add that.
Okie dokie.
Kind of lay those all out for you.
Add those rounds.
Sorry about the grenades. They're hot property around here. We can't spare any.
How much for this pile of smoke grenades?
More than you can afford, pal.
I've still got one smoke grenade in my inventory.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
No tactical knives or spark knives.
What are you looking for, Dan?
A tactical knife.
What the hell's a tactical
I
knife?
have a tactical knife.
It's a step up from a survival knife.
Ooh, yeah, because I've only.
Oh no,
got
I only have a
survival
survival. Sorry, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
He jams it into the bench in front of you. There you go.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. And he
Nice.
takes out his knife, stabs it next to the bigger knife. This is like a Rambo knife, and the one that
Yeah.
I had was like a Bowie knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
He puts it back on his chest. There's just this massive handle sticking up in his face.
Can I take this one?
Sure. No, that's yours.
It's like a take a penny, leave a penny jar. You know, it's like a,
Hey, take a knife, leave a knife.
All right,
Fuck
so
yeah.
we'll be heading off to GTFO. You know what I mean, my man?
Yeah. No, but okay.
All right.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. All right, you guys head out of there. And I imagine getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
You guys have your rations. You've got a little bit more ammo. Brand new large knife.
Nice. Hey, it's 2d4 instead of 1d4.
You're planning on making your way
That's good.
up to the surface.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
We speak to some of the dudes of the best way to get to the surface from here.
They let you know that they've got safe passage where they can get up. And yeah, they let you know that there's going to be a patrol heading up a bit later on. Then you could tag along with them.
Yep.
And maybe you're going to head back, get yourselves all sorted, get your bags all packed, say goodbye to Dalgo. Astra, as you're walking through this place, you start to hear this almost like a rhythmic chanting.
Ooh.
I am intrigued.
And
Can I perceive it? No, because I've got shit perception. Sorry, continue.
Well, it's just something that you kind of hear, and yeah, if it's something that intrigues you, you can, maybe say everybody hang on a sec, I'll catch up. And
Yeah.
as you make your way through, you get to a small passageway in this camp, and you can see there's a cloth concealing. It's hung over, concealing an entrance, and kind of crudely painted on there. You recognize a symbol that is of the sacred Copaxi.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You recognize you'd seen it before. You'd seen it on the map, and you'd seen it before in the museum as well. And you can hear that this chanting is coming from in there.
Excuse me. Is there anybody in there? Hello? And I'm gonna just rustle the curtain. I'm not gonna actually walk in because that seems a bit no.
And as you're kind of tapping it, and this hand just reaches out and grabs your arm.
Hi. Can I have my arm back, please?
You start shooting.
This is why I gave my guns to the boys.
I'm too jittery. And as you shriek out, and you turn around, you can see there's a Copaxi there, and this one's not as tall as the other ones that you've seen. And the first thing you notice is the coloration of their carapace is very dull.
Ooh.
Old and wise.
Yeah, almost as if aged.
Okay. I was thinking sick then.
Astra,
No.
you die in this refugee camp and become a zombie.
I have got no spells for that.
And they say to you, "Can I help you, dear?"
Well, I'm not actually sure. I was just hearing, I don't know what it was. It was some sort of drumming, music, rhythmic sounds that was just drawing me this way. Do you mind if I come in?
Please.
Thank you.
All are welcome in the church.
Ah, that's why I've been drawn here.
Kind of pulls the curtain aside, and you can see before you it's laid out like a normal church. There's kind of rows of Copaxi, and they're all kind of like kneeling down, like like that yoga position where you kind of like sit on your feet.
Yep.
Their arms are just like laid on their thighs, and you're just hearing this. It's almost like a very guttural throat sound. That's not too different from their speech. And this Copaxi kind of like ushers you in.
They're
just in the middle of a service. Have you come here to pray with us?
I believe I have. Yeah. May I please join?
Yes, you are welcome here. She kind of gestures to like the side area where there's room for where you could kneel down as well.
All right. Gonna get my prayer on.
Yeah.
Kneel down.
Mm-hmm.
Copy the pose.
Yeah. And she says, "Such things do not trouble us, but you are human, yes."
Well, yeah, I am.
Close your eyes and feel the presence.
Are you making a joke about my eye?
I can't
Okay.
see. I have no eyes. Are you making a joke about my lack of eyes?
No. Okay, let's just keep going.
Okay.
I shall focus.
Okay. And then, like, as you do, you kind of like feel this vibration almost intensify. Just this. They say to you, "You can try to match the sound if you'd like. It might be hard for you."
I'll give it a go. And so I'm gonna try. It's probably gonna end up like an octave or so higher, but I'm gonna copy along with the rhythm.
Yeah. And as you do this kind of inner peace seems to wash over you. And you know when you close your eyes and you kind of press on them and you see like those waving sort of speckledy colors and patterns, you almost see that. It's a little bit more clear though. Just hints of it, just like little flashes. It's not like something very definitive. It's almost just like a feeling that you're seeing. Quite a strange experience. And time seems to pass very slowly, but like you don't know how long you're there, but after a little while these vibrations seem to fade away. And you just feel this inner peace. And you hear this Copaxi speak up again. How was that?
I was mighty fine. Thank you. I think that's brought me what I need.
Yes.
We're about to go out and fight our way off. I think I needed some peace to get me there. So thank you.
And then, as you stand up, they kind of put their hands on your arms. You must be careful. I feel the Copai will watch over you, but there are many dangers out there, young one. Many dangers. Wait. And they kind of shuffle away, go through another curtain, and then come back out and holding something wrapped in cloth. This is of no use to me. But you may find some use for it. May it keep you safe. And they hand it over to you.
Thank you very much.
And
I'm gonna reverently open up the cloth and have a look.
Yeah. And you see, as you unwrap it, there is a star knife.
Yes! Excellent.
And the blades of this star knife are rippled with that kind of colorful sheen that the Copaxi have on their carapace. And it's almost like pearlescent as you move it in the light, and it just catches the light so beautifully.
Like an oil slick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. May you go in peace.
May you go in peace. And I'm going to do the hand gesture and the spin around thing and then wander out the curtain. With my cool star knife. Very cool. Excellent. What I have always wanted.
You head back to the camp with everybody else.
How long have I been gone? Like, are they freaked out, or are they just like, oh, that's been like 2 minutes?
No. It's probably been about an hour.
Oh, so no one's noticed. Okay.
They're drinking sludge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I told this guy, I said to him, hey, buddy, you don't know. You come to Akaton. Oh, wow, there's going to be trouble waiting for you.
Hey.
I tell you.
Dalgo, I mean, come on. That's bullshit. You never said anything like that.
Who do you think he is?
Come on.
Right?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You lie. You lie. Rolls an insight check. Rolls a sense motive check.
And Astra rocks up to this scene.
Completely serene while these guys are talking trash.
Sachets in.
Well, gentlemen, are you ready to move? I think I am.
Oh, thank God. That was the longest crap I've ever seen you take, Astra.
Damn.
Well, sawbones.
You look a lot better for it, I've got to say. You look almost peaceful. Like.
That's the sludge.
It goes straight through you. It'll clean you out. It's good.
It feels so peaceful now.
Protein and fiber. Who knew?
Good.
Well, I'll wish you guys all the best. I'd say I'd love to come with you, but fuck going out there.
Hey,
I'll just wait here.
Dalgo, this might be your chance to get off planet, so stick around.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Okay, well, we're gonna go now.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Walks off to find the patrol.
Yeah. And you head off to the particular exit where you were told to find this patrol. And you can see that they're waiting there. You guys come along. One of them speaks up. Are you ready?
Just a moment. I was just going to plug into Banshee to follow our coordinates as we move and catch up as we hit the surface.
Sure.
I'm ready now.
Okay. Sorry. The quartermaster told me to give you this. He hands over like a dripping Ziploc bag full of the protein sludge.
Oh, no, that's not for me. Captain. Ugh.
Oh.
He said to give it to the human.
Not me.
No,
not me.
that's me, friend. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
There you go.
Puts it into like one of the pouches on his pack.
Oh, no.
Squishes it in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's leaking. Ugh.
Like a grease stain appears on the pouch.
Hey, this will keep you going.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah, you know. He gives him like a knowing nod.
All right, let's move out. Follow this patrol. It takes you about 30-40 minutes to get up to the point where they wish you all the best and direct you up to where the surface will be. And we'll leave our episode there for today.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Star Raiders is an Arcane Focus Network production. Be sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. You'd be amazed how much it helps us spread the word. Looking for more adventure? Head to arcanefocusnetwork.com.